Fairfax, Virginia was site of one of the first land battles of the Civil War. And today, it is home to an institution that chronicles the history of a critical instrument of war, the National Firearms Museum. Within its halls are more than 3,000 treasured weapons from throughout American history, including the largest public display of Gatling guns, Sammy Davis Jr.'s Colt 45, and an early shooting range game from Coney Island. But one object on display tells a twisted tale of intrigue and subversion.
The artifact is made of blue steel and wood. It's about 4.5, 5 inches long.
Senior curator Philip Schreier asserts that this weapon took part in a sinister scheme hatched against the United States.
This artifact represents the physical evidence that we were invaded in 1942.
Who wielded this weapon in a dastardly plot carried out on American soil? June 13, 1942. As World War II rages in Europe, the American home front is on high alert. And on this night, a 21-year-old New York Coast Guardsman named John Cullen patrols a stretch of Long Island shore. Around midnight, he encounters several men, but under wartime blackout regulations, the beach is off limits. They claim to be fishermen, but oddly, they do not possess any angling gear.
Cullen didn't know what to believe. He thought that they all had strange accents.
Cullen requests that they follow him back to the Coast Guard station, but they refuse.
The leader grabbed him by the shirt collar and threatened him in a couple of ways and stuffed $260 in his pocket as a bribe.
An alarmed Cullen retreats from the strangers and races back to the station.
Cullen goes back and tells his superiors what he saw on the beach.
He guides his fellow officers to the scene of the incident, only to find that the men have vanished. But in their wake, they've left some telling clues. German military uniforms, emblazoned with swastikas. And as the guardsmen scan the area for more clues, they notice an unusual mound of sand. They begin digging and quickly make a terrifying discovery. A cache of explosives and incendiary devices, enough to raise an entire city.
Immediately, the news got passed up the chain of command. The FBI was brought in.
The FBI launches one of the largest manhunts in its history.
J. Edgar Hoover was seriously concerned about what these guys could do loose in the country.
Is a secret group of Nazi saboteurs plotting against America. FBI agents are immediately dispatched across the region and begin questioning German immigrants suspected of having Nazi sympathies. But the trail quickly runs cold. Then, on June 19th, the FBI receives an unexpected visitor. His name is George Dash.
He said that he had some information of great importance to national security.
An agitated Dash confesses he is the leader of the group of Nazis encountered by John Cullen on the Long Island shore. He explains that they arrived by submarine and that their mission, codenamed Operation Pastorius, was to blow up strategic U.S. targets, including aluminum factories, a Newark railroad station, and the New York City water system. The FBI is stunned. Why would a German soldier sabotage his own mission and betray the fatherland?
He said that he wasn't about to go through with any of this. He was there basically to get out of Germany.
Dash asserts that he is fervently anti-Nazi and that he volunteered for the mission with the sole purpose of defecting. To validate his claim, Dash gives up the names and locations of his co-conspirators, 7 former U.S. residents of German descent who are lying in wait for his next command. Authorities quickly track down the 7 other Nazi spies and arrest them. And among their belongings, they find this Mauser pistol, now on display at the National Firearms Museum.
The FBI charged them with sabotage under the Articles of War.
With his cohorts now in U.S. custody, Dash believes he'll be kindly rewarded for his efforts.
Dash was hoping to be turned into a hero because he felt that he could be of great service to the United States in our war effort against the Nazis.
But after being tried in a closed military tribunal, Dash is sentenced to a federal penitentiary in Atlanta to await deportation. Still, a far better fate than his accomplices.
6 of the 8 were executed by electrocution on August 8th, not very long after they were caught.
It was one of the largest mass executions in American history, and a grim warning to any other would-be spies. Today, this Mauser pistol is on display at the National Firearms Museum in Fairfax, Virginia, where it stands as a stark reminder of a heinous plot against America and the unlikely man who brought it down.